No, you're not seeing deja vu. It is our second game against the Cowboys this week. But the big difference is this is playoff football. Wild card weekend, as it was very interesting the way that we rounded out the regular season week 18 last episode. Against the Cowboys, we just beat them 31-14. We know that there's a way to get by them. There's going to be some different obstacles in this matchup for sure. But we were really hoping that some other games around the league were going to go our way. And unfortunately, they just didn't quite fall that way. The rest of our division jam-packed in the NFC East. The Cowboys, Giants, and Eagles all finished 9-8. But it was the Cowboys who got that 6th seed, staying in the playoffs. The Giants do make it despite losing in week 18 and the Eagles winning in week 18. I'm assuming the Giants just have the tiebreaker against the Eagles. So either way, the NFC East definitely showing up in the playoffs this season. We know that there's a way to beat the Cowboys. We just did it last episode, but they also know what we do. And there's going to be a little bit of a blizzard happening in this one that might slow down some of our best guys. So let's get into it and try to find our way into the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Well, let's get this playoff rivalry underway. As mentioned, there's a lot of snow coming down. We made sure that the Cowboys were at least wearing their normal uniform set so they couldn't blend in all too easily. But it's also going to be James Cody's first time in playoff format here. Didn't have a great year in terms of touchdown interception ratio, actually in the negative. But we know that he brings so much more than just the passing to this offense. As we're going to start off with a run right down the middle. That was really a staple, I feel like, of the offense last week. Not trying to take away from any of the passing game, because we did have a good passing game. I mean, Osborne was the player of the week for us, despite maybe also thinking it possibly should have been James Cody or even one of the running backs. But just time and time again, Osborne has come through for this squad. Not trying to take away from what Borgie has done either, because he's done fantastic for us as well. As James Cody looks to scramble, breaks by a few guys, does not get the block from Alton Campbell. Could have been a massive rushing touchdown, instead just a massive gain of 30. Well, that lack of blocking there from the tight end is definitely not going to earn him any favors by the time we get to this off-season, whenever that is. Hopefully in a good, month away, as Julio Jones searching for a ring before he retires. Can the replacement squad be the team to give him that chance and that opportunity to retire with that ring? We'll see. But we have to get through wild card weekend first, as the offense is moving pretty well. We'll switch up the formation a little bit here with trips to the left-hand side, no receiver out to the right-hand side. We'll go with the underneath, going to be Osborne, his first catch. Try to put on a juke, but did not get away. Still a solid gain of 8. And with a short down and distance here, going to bring out Turbin, our power back. Not a fantastic yards per carry, but a lot of touchdowns for him this season. He's been our guy inside the 5. However, just about a yard outside the 5 after that run. First and goal still. We'll stick with the same formation. Have a drag route going across Justin Ross with a short catch, only 3 yards. And as we sit really close, how about we try to break out some RPO, swing it outside, and we do find Osborne, but a very quick tackle there from Malik Hooker. He and Osborne had a fantastic play together last week, though it went Osborne's way. As we'll go with a dive right down the middle here, but Malik Hooker showing up again. 4th and goal, do we go for it or take the field goal? Really want a touchdown. Or do we take the field goal? Let's roll out here. We have our tight end, Jeremy Ruckert. After the fake field goal, had 2 different options out there, but let's go with the guy who normally catches the ball. And Jeremy Ruckert puts us up. The first touchdown of the playoffs is a fake field goal. Tyler Huntley throws the pass. Now that drive, very much an extension of what we saw last week, where it was just all offense. However, Dak did not have a good game. 3 of those interceptions all in week 18. Would love to see our defense continue that effort, and 2 of those 3 interceptions did go to CJ Henderson. However, on the opposite side, Mullen, he did not have a great game against Tolbert. They do start off with a Zeke run here, gain of 4. And we'll see if they go Zeke's way much at all in this game. They really didn't in the last episode, so see if either team really making much changes here. Going to be a catch number 88. I don't believe he had a catch at all last game. Also changing up who's lining up against who, because Tolbert was normally the guy over on that side. With a pass to the outside, Henderson comes up just short, and Gallup is galloping away. We can't even dive to get the tackle. Luckily, a couple other defenders do get there, but down to the 10. And honestly, I don't remember Gallup really even being involved in it at all last game either, so potentially some injuries maybe were affecting him last game that they did get back here for the playoffs. As Zeke gets the handoff, picks up 5, setting up at the 5. Now, we did bring some blitzes last week, and it didn't all too well help out, so we'll see if that continues to be the case as Zeke gets the handoff once again, this time down to the 1. Dak was really just, they're going with the quick pass game last time, and really couldn't bring the blitz. That time they go with the run, so it doesn't affect things all too well as Zeke stretches and they give it to him. Davis Gaither just a little bit too slow as Zeke will level this one up. And yeah, definitely this game starting off same as last. Offense for both sides scores on their first possession as we'll get a handoff right down the middle here. Borgie will pick up 4. We'll see how much we end up going with the run versus the pass. With the weather out there, there's going to be a lot of slipping downfield. As we have a guy open here right over the top of the linebacker. Going to find Osborne. Clark just sitting there, luckily not getting the pick. But it also sends us into the second quarter as the first ends 7-7. So far it's been a pretty nice playoff matchup here. Both teams looking rather even, at least offensively. As Borgie tries to just stick the foot and get downfield, they had a man on the outside, so turn the stretch play more so into a dive. As we are going to go with a dive here on second down, cut to the left-hand side, try to get the juke, which he gets. Borgie not quite going to break past the next group, but a heck of a run. Gets us a first down to the 36. And after a good handful of rushes there, Borgie heads to the sideline as Turbin checks in as we spread wide with a bunch to that right-hand side. Sprint out pass, gonna need to sprint out a good fair bit, and we will just try to get back as many yards as we can. Will be a 1-yard loss. I don't believe Parsons had a sack last week. Technically, they'll credit that one as a sack, although it's more so tackle for a loss as Turbin shakes off one defender. We'll pick up a decent amount, 3rd and 6 left. And we'll stick with the same look, just flip the side. Osborne on a cross, and that's where we're going to go. Right underneath, wide open, first down inside the 20. And with it inside the 20, we're going to bring out Tyler Huntley. Had our touchdown on the first possession, this time not a fake field goal. Instead, we're going to bring Ruckert in motion. Fake the handoff. We could have went to that right-hand side. Instead, we're going to roll to this left. Have a guy in motion. It was Bodden. And the pass just not high enough. Malik Hooker showing up once again, this time with a pick. It was a decent look there with Bodden scrambling, trying to find some space, but the pass not very well placed, or thrown, I should say, from Huntley. Needed more air under it. Now the Cowboys with a chance to take a lead in this one. We'll come out here with the double A gap look and bring the blitz. Shaka Tony forces the fumble. Just find the ball. He falls. Get up. No. Tap down at the 6, but it will be a fumble. I'm not sure who they're going to credit it to, as there was a couple guys in on the play. That replay doesn't really help us out much at all. So we'll go into one of our own, and we sent the blitz, and it's Harris who at least wraps up Dak. But Shaka's arm definitely goes through the ball, so he might have forced it and recovered it. Either way, really good play from a tandem that might be growing well within this group as Borgie cuts to the left through Malik Hooker, but not entirely. Brought down a hairline shy of the goal line, so we'll keep him out there on the goal line and he can finish off his run with the touchdown. We will capitalize off the forced fumble and we will re-grab our lead, now up 14-7. But now can this Cowboys offense answer back quickly and recoup their loss from the turnover. They'll start with a pass on 1st and 10 and have a guy open, number 88, not Lamb, no longer with this team. Instead, that is a Q Ford, I want to say a draftee of this universe. Empty look here for Dak with a quick throw is behind his receiver. Once again, Dak going for Ford there, and on 3rd and inches, they come out empty with a quick throw to the outside. They will find Zeke. Not going to get away from the defenders, but does manage the first down. So I would say, at least starting off, they are getting Zeke a lot more involved than he was last week. Just in general, I feel like they weren't really utilizing their best players. With a run here, Zeke stuffed at the line. Christian Harris involved in that forced fumble that ended their previous drive. As they have a 2nd and 9, we're going to send the blitz here. As they're in a tight formation, feel like this should be good for us to try to force something. Doesn't work. We whiff on the tackle, whiff on another tackle, diving. Not gonna catch the ankles. Ford will level this game up once again. Now, following a fantastic return, we start up at the 36 with about 2.5 minutes. Definitely want to try to drain this clock a little bit, but make sure we finish in the end zone. As after halftime, Cowboys will be starting with the ball. So I want to make sure that if they do score, it's only going to be in a manner that would end up tying the game rather than taking a lead, as a safe slide there sends us into the 2-minute warning. But yeah, I could definitely tell our guys are missing a step or two, just a little bit slow to get up to that top end speed, and even their top end speed really isn't all there, as Osborne drops in beautifully. Heck of a catch, as we're now down to the red zone. 5 catches for him on the day, 70 yards. Would love to give him in the end zone, but we're not going to force the ball to any specific person, as we kind of forced it to him out there, and luckily he drops it. Say luckily, because we would have actually probably lost a yard or two there. So instead, we'll take the 2nd and 10 for that same formation, just flipping the side. Borghi will get a few, leaving 3rd and 6. He is averaging about 5 or so yards a carry, and we're actually going to send him out on the wheel route here. So let's actually have Campbell make that cut a little bit sooner. And let's actually loft this one up. Julio, back corner, dropping it in once again. Julio in the end zone. Really good route, really well-placed ball. Most importantly, though, he got the feet down. But with 1:15 seconds, can the Cowboys try to find something before half? We've seen their ability, at least last week, to find a quick strike. Need to make sure that does not happen again today. With a pass to the outside, Henderson just a step behind. They're definitely looking to go Ford's way often, which is just strange because he really wasn't involved at all. Like I said last week, it was primarily 83 and 18 in Tolbert. Now, this game, they're going more so to 88, like we've mentioned, but also going a lot to Zeke, but not through traditional means, a lot through the air. So we're making some audibles here on defense, trying to make sure we have a man set up here, as Mullen Jr. gonna get his revenge for last week. Gets the pick, gets the 6 with the spinning dive? I don't know if I would call that a dive. The fancy taunt into the end zone. We'll take a 2-possession lead, 46 seconds before half. Now, up to this point, I actually completely forgot to mention, unless I put something in at the beginning of the episode, which maybe I will. But as we're in the playoffs, a win, knock on wood, and you guys get this video 50 likes, and the next round will be posted tomorrow. So as a little bit before half, we're up 28-14. Go ahead, start smashing that thumbs up button. And if the team can hold out throughout the remainder of this game, we'll be back again tomorrow. Bad angle there from Davis Gaither. Will be a catch for the first down up to about the 40, as they are in hurry up. Still a lot of time left in this one. A lot could happen, as Schultz will get the catch, this time up to the 50. So take back what I said earlier. At least I think I said 50, maybe I said 40. Either way, whatever it is, they're now at about midfield. 17 seconds left, no timeouts. They do get a quick pass to Schultz. Would have to run out the field goal team here, but it does not look like they'll have time to even get one more snap off. So we will hit halftime with a 2-score lead, 28-14. Now as we head on into the tunnel for a little bit of some warmth, recuperate some stamina, Stats, very balanced still on offense. Takeaways, I mean, very much looking exactly like last week. As for the rest of the games, we're the earliest one, so nothing really to report on. So unfortunately for the teams, right back out onto the field they go. Not much time there to warm up, but into the second half we go. A chance to move on to the divisional round, which once again could be tomorrow if you guys get the video 50 likes and we win this game. Dak looking to scramble as Shaka Toney in pursuit will drag him down, his first sack of the game. Nothing like a playoff head, shoulders, knees, and toes celebration there from Shaka Toney as they line up the halfback screen. We'll get it out to Zeke. Pretty good pursuit there from Harris. We'll get the quick stop. He's definitely a raw talent at linebacker, but he has shown some really good signs this season. Excited to see what he could do as we move forward as Dak will dump this one off. Schultz with the catch, but Harris there lurking, and it will be a stop on the first possession for the Cowboys. Now, if we're smart, which I like to think I have a fairly decent football IQ, we're going to start chewing some clock here early on as Borghi gets the rush to the outside, and just like last week with Turbin, this time Borghi, although this one not going to be a touchdown. Great pursuit there from Diggs from across the field, but already into the red zone as Borghi breaks off a beautiful run. Now right after, let's try to set up a pass play perhaps, although they cover it all really well. Anyone going to try to work open? No, James Cody will just run out of bounds. He takes a late hit, but no flag is thrown. Putting a little bit of some disrespect on our quarterback there, referees. Got to protect the man. 2nd and 11, we're going to send Osborne in motion. We'll take the jet sweep with a couple of lead blockers and turn up as quickly as he can, and we'll pick up a few yards there. However, still 8 more needed here on 3rd down as we come out with a bunch to the right-hand side. Maybe Bo Melton to that back corner. Although they cover that really well, and thrown right at the safety. A dive there does not get the tackle. Will be a tackle from James Cody. That pass just too far to the outside. Slipped out of the hands perhaps. Weather coming in to play an effect. Who knows? Either way, Cowboys take over. And honestly, that one may be a little bit past due. Six had a number of opportunities last episode to find some big splash plays and didn't quite manage to do it, but he does do it in the playoffs. And if the Cowboys can capitalize on this drive, it could be really big for them moving forward and with a chance to make this a game here. Late on, they're going Zeke's way quite a bit, at least to start this second half. They went away from it a little bit later on in the first half. Now on 3rd and 2 here, it will be a pass. And swatted? Maybe at the line of scrimmage? And honestly, I'm not even sure what happens here. Dak goes to throw it, and the ball just left his hand awkwardly. I mean, Zeke didn't bump him. It doesn't bounce off the helmet either. It just went through his hands. Either way, it's going to be a stop and no damage coming off the interception as Cody and the offense will head back out there. Though still looking to run clock and avoid any more costly mistakes. We'll start with the run as Borghi breaks to that left-hand side once again. Evades the defenders again all the way down to the 40, and that last man gets the stop once again. But for Borghi, that makes 114 yards on 12 carries and a touchdown. He'll head to the sideline as Hales comes in. He'll take the jet sweep with some blockers, however, not going to get by Diggs. Now with under 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter, a little bit of some play action as they really do cover just about everyone. So we're going to roll out here with Cody, pick up some yards, step out of bounds, no hit. And we'll stick with the same look on 3rd down. Though this time going to be an RPO. Do we go with the pass or do we hand this one off? We'll hand this one off as Borghi cuts to the left, picking up the first down before getting dragged down by Davenport. Cowboys, I will say, at least sit home. They're not really biting on much in this one. As they continue to not bite on much, going to try to roll anything, no, throw away and still take the hit. Refs are definitely not showing any sign of trying to protect Cody out there. 2nd and 10, let's try to set up the halfback screen. Give this one out to Borghi with a couple blockers out in front. Utilize what we can, turn up, and we'll make it a more manageable 3rd down. And with only 2 more yards needed, we're going to bring out Turbin. We're going to send in motion the receiver, act as a little bit of a play fake, and then right down the middle, Turbin will pick up the first down, also sending us inside the 4th quarter. 28-14, no points scored in that third quarter. However, would love to start this fourth quarter with some points. We're going to swing it out here for Turbin, who will juke inside and maybe should have stuck to the outside. Might have had a little bit more space, but will pick up a decent amount there. Sticking with that same look, but flipping the sides, we'll bring Osborne in motion. Once again, he's going to take that jet sweep to the outside. Just has to evade the first Cowboy defender and diving. Nothing fancy, just a straight dive into the end zone this time. How about we make it a 3-score lead? Now, once again, our defense has held this Cowboys offense to just 14 points. Though in crunch time here, we'll see if they start taking more risks, changing things up, or if they're still going to keep forcing the ball to Ford and Zeke. There's enough time in this one to, at least if you could get a quick score and maybe an onside kick to make things interesting, as that one bounces off. I think it was Schultz. I don't believe Johnson got a hand on it at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10 with a pistol set here for the Cowboys. 2 spread out to the right, 1 to the left. With a quick throw, going to find Schultz this time. Amadi with a quick tackle. And that leaves 5 more needed on 3rd down. As we come out with a man setup here, try to get hands on everyone, and we even get hands on the ball. Unfortunately, Amadi forgot to bring it with him. But either way, will be another stop unless the Cowboys try to go for it here. And that's indeed how they line up. We're going to come out with a double A-gap look here. Try to bring Johnson off the edge. They leave Zeke back to help protect. Just need to come crashing in, and C.J. Henderson, who had the defensive player of the game for us last week, might have just sealed their fate in the wild card. So I think now's the time to hand this offense to Turbin. Let the ground and pound game go to work and drain the rest of this clock out. A nice run to start off with, about 9.5 yards. And why not? We'll get Hales out there a little bit too, as Huntley comes out in his formation. Ruckert going to come in motion to that right-hand side as we set up a little bit of some read option. Huntley with a juke. Not going to get the first down. Good stop there from the D. But we'll keep that look running as they still favor that left-hand side. So as we bring Ruckert in motion, we'll follow behind this time. Hales as well as Bodden to help lead the way. We'll get the first down. And we ran the 2 of 3 plays from this formation, so why not? Let's try the third. In motion once again, Ruckert. This time going to leak out to the left-hand side. We'll get open and not going to find a decent enough pass. That was definitely Huntley's biggest problem when he was a starter, was that his touch just wasn't there. He doesn't drop the ball in quite like that of what James Cody does. Nice read there from 31. I thought we would have got the block, but no. So instead, we'll have a 3rd and 8 at the 28. As the clock ticks down inside 3.5 minutes. We have a guy open, but the hesitation isn't going to help out there. Just didn't want to throw the pick. Instead, we take the sack. We'll punt this one away, leaving the Cowboys with possession probably deep in their own territory. And indeed, that is the case. The rookie punter downs them inside the 10, or about at the 10. Either way, good punt from the rook, as they'll get the swing pass to the out. Not swing pass, but we'll swing it to the outside at least. 83 with a grab. Had a couple big plays for him last week, but hasn't been as involved in this one. Although now in press time, look to maybe go his way a little bit more as they go back-to-back plays. Though he does not get the first down, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Dallas will need to score 3 touchdowns in 2 minutes just to tie this game up. As they have a 3rd and 2, here comes Shaka. Not going to get the sack, and it's 3 straight plays to 83, who does convert the first down that they need. We'll continue to see some more passes throughout. Good blocking up front as Dak looks to scramble, makes one man miss, and then he gets the legs chopped out. Amadi keeps the ball in and picks it up. And with that, this game is over. James Cody and the offense could head out and kneel this game away. Cowboys not gonna call a timeout. In back-to-back weeks versus our rivals, we hold them to 14 points in each game. And on top of that, we score 31 and 35 respectfully. We give up a lot of passing yards. We stuffed their running game. It was actually the running game for our offense that really had the most success, as well as, again, more turnovers forced by the defense. Now, winning a playoff game is always nice, but what's even better is knocking out your division rival, especially one that you thought you would have knocked out week 18. If the Giants had won, that would have been the case. But either way, really great game. But the job clearly not over yet. We move on to the divisional round. That could be posted tomorrow if you guys get this video 50 likes. But the next round of the playoffs, divisional round, is going to be against who? The 2 seed Los Angeles Rams. They aren't really a very well-built team, looking at least at their overall 79 offense, 80 defense for 79 overall, though they do have Jalen Ramsey on defense. So tells me they at least have some good guys. 13th in terms of offensive points per game, 4th in defensive points per game, 3rd in defensive passing yards a game. However, 25th in rushing yards per game, defensively speaking. So potentially we kind of do the same thing we just did against the Cowboys. Use the run, set up the pass, and hopefully find the same success. And on top of that, we have a breakout opportunity for a running back. I have a feeling that's going to be for Borgie, which I would love to see. He's been fantastic for us this series. Definitely leave some Borgie love down below. But let's see what happened during Wild Card Weekend. A blowout win for the Rams against a divisional rival for us, the Giants. 41-24. Obviously, we beat the Cowboys 35-14. And then the Lions sneak past the Falcons 30-24. They'll be meeting up against the number 1 seed Chicago Bears. Over on the AFC side, the Jaguars edge out the 7th seed Raiders 31-28. And then in the 3 versus 6, going the 6's way with the same scoreline, 31-28. And once again, behind me, the Steelers, for the 3rd time by a margin of 3 points, though not the same score. Steelers beat the Titans 24-21. The Chargers will move on to face the Patriots, the 1 seed, and then the Jaguars will take on the Steelers as well. We'll see who we end up facing off against. I would love to see the Chargers in the Super Bowl. I think that could be a fun matchup for us, but who knows who's going to finish, get to that Super Bowl. If we even get to the Super Bowl, fingers crossed we do. And to make sure that you don't miss out on where this season ends, make sure you subscribe. Bear icon on the bottom right, or you can scroll down and hit the actual subscription button next to the bell icon. And while we're talking about buttons, make sure you hit that 50 like goal, and we'll be back again tomorrow. If not, no problem. As mentioned last episode, forgot to mention at the top of this one, if we don't get the 50 like goal, we'll just be back in the normal upload days, which the next one would be Monday, normally posted Monday and Thursday. We also have the state only challenge every Wednesday and Saturday. Louisiana currently. Make sure you guys check that one out. And then Tuesdays and Fridays, FIFA 23. We're getting close-ish to the end of that series. Going to be switching over to, I believe, a custom team. And we'll see if we're going to do a Youth Squad Legends or just a normal one as I try to learn how to manage a team over on FIFA. So a lot of content coming, including a new series, hopefully soon as we try to round out the My Player career. But most importantly, an opportunity for a Super Bowl here with our Commanders. We just have to get through the Rams, the NFC Championship, and then we're there for our first chance to win a Super Bowl in this series. We start next episode with a breakout opportunity for what I could only assume is Borgie. So until next time, we'll see you guys in the divisional round. Bye.